Alright guys, it's a bit of a rainy day today, but we're gonna keep going anyway. It's still a nice view. It's probably significant, something to do with messaging as well, about I don't know why I'm speaking in an accent, but it's just fun sometimes, right? Yeah, I guess it's just like dancing in the rain, singing in the rain, still having fun, even if, even if you're surrounded by darkness, even if you're surrounded by unideal circumstances. Yeah, like the idea is to keep swimming, like Dory, just to keep swimming. Yes. Well, anyways, that's the initial message, but the main focus for today's reading is going to be unexpected breakthroughs, something that you don't see coming, that's going to bring a sense of relief and elevation, level up, I was going to say. And then we got the change card. Look at that. Receptivity and breakthrough. I mean, you saw me shuffling the cards, I don't know, but yes, let's trust it. That's crazy synchronicity, spot on. Okay, so also pull another card from the Dream Gate Oracle to clarify, to add on to, let's see, any extended messages for unexpected breakthroughs for 2026. All right, let's take what's on the bottom there. Elementals, dreamland, lore, otherworld, earth spirits. Interesting. So what I'm getting is a reconnection to Gaia, and with that comes along like a reconnection to community. It's like something you're going to be doing, something that's going to, you're going to be giving an opportunity that's going to bring you out into the community, and it's going to be of service to the community as well, and not just to people, it's also to the earth. And I feel like this is what we're all called to do as humanity. Like it's like a soul mission. It's like what we're meant to do, yeah, on a soul level is what I feel like. All right, but in order to do that, we have a lot of the like matrix and programming to break through, and this is exactly why we're not connected to nature. It's because we were programmed not to have respect for femininity. Femininity, right, is a hierarchy. There's a hierarchy, and we are below masculinity, right? And there's and that's just nature, blah blah blah. But when you look back at it, it's all programmed and built by the patriarchy and by the church to disempower women, because they knew how powerful they were. You look back into the times where, right, like it's like they destroyed the goddess era for a reason, and they demonized witches, women in power, women who did spells, women who were alone, women who didn't feel the need to give up their power to another man through marriage, right? They demonized these people, gave them names like, what is those terms, right? Derogatory names and labels. And this was all for a reason. Because they wanted to disconnect us from our spirituality, and feminine beings have a natural, innate, or a stronger connection to spirituality. And that doesn't mean that the hierarchy goes in reverse. What it means is that there's no hierarchy. It's just the balance of power is in reverse. Right, everything is backwards in this patriarchal world. The balance of power is in reverse. If it was reversed and we did not uphold femininity as superior, but value it for what it is, value, of course, feminine and masculine energies as equally important, right? Like all of these parts and the fractions in this chart, right? It all serves an equal but different, separate purpose, right? To come together as one, right? But it's like the feminine nature in general has been oppressed, it has been demonized, it has been disempowered, right? And so like that part of the collective deserves to be uplifted, and it deserves to be healed and brought back into balance, right? So it's not about like being about, it's not even really about equality, right? It's like about equity, right? Everybody has different powers and different they serve a different purpose, right? So we don't even have to be equal per se, but it's just that we do need to be valued and respected for the innate divinity that is within us all. And that means that there is no hierarchy, right? There's just we need to respect each other's differences, right? All the zodiac signs up here, right? It's like we need to all come together. A lot about community and respecting each other's differences and healing feminine wounds. And that's including within beings who identify as masculine, because we all have feminine and masculine within us, right? And we just identify more with we just have a different combination of like energies and personality traits that we identify with, and that makes us our unique combination of that makes us us. So yeah, it's just all about energies, guys. It's all about energy. So it's like you're gonna have some sort of breakthrough with identity and all in the ways that you have been disempowered, right? It's like waking up from the matrix is what I'm getting. You're gonna make a huge change in your life where you're gonna feel like, wait, I'm really not like this. Most of what I've been living and thinking is just programming, and it's not what I actually like authentically want to be, right? It's all just having to live up to the blueprints of society, of my family, of my friends, of my ego, you know, like and you're going to break through all of that and realize that that's all just an illusion, and that you're here, you're meant to co-create with the universe to fulfill all of your desires, right? And it's not like, oh, everybody should just get whatever they want, but it's like we deserve to have our needs and our desires met. We deserve to have our needs and our desires met. We just have to have the discernment whether those desires are coming from the heart or coming from the ego. Because if they're coming from the ego, 644 on the timer, then they're most likely not to be come into manifestation, right? And if it does come into manifestation, it's only to teach us a lesson that's not actually as fulfilling as we thought it was, and to show us that, you know, our true happiness, true success comes from within. It comes from having that fulfillment, from expressing your authentic self, right? From learning and growing from all of the experiences in your life. And this is another breakthrough that I'm picking up on, that you're going to break that pattern of victimization, right? Of feeling like all the trauma that you've experienced was a reason that you're not good enough, was a reason that it's not possible, was a reason that you're not worthy, that you didn't deserve better, right? Because there's a lot of subconscious ways in which we don't realize how much we hate ourselves, honestly. How much we hate ourselves and how much we hate life, right? Because people pleasing is a form of manipulation. People pleasing comes from self-hatred, wanting to be accepted. Another thing like narcissism, right? Narcissism is rooted in self-hatred, and that's why you know, wounded empaths and narcissists really are the perfect match, because they are the vibration that fits. Yeah, so it's like healing a lot of the wounds. You're having a lot of breakthroughs about your traumas and where it comes from, and like specifically, like it's like you're gonna peel back all the layers and all the whys, right? Like it wasn't just because you felt like it, just because you could do it. No, you did it because you wanted to be seen. You weren't feeling like you got the attention that you needed, and you just wanted somebody to acknowledge you, even if it was in a negative way, you know. And then once you realize, oh, this is the wound, this is a limiting belief that it came from, you know, like oh, I didn't take that acting class because I was so uncomfortable with the teacher, and the girls and the guys, they, you know, they were all competitive, and it wasn't a nice place, so I gave up on that, even though I really had a passion about it at some point in my life. Like, you're going to have a breakthrough where like none of those things had to do with any of those people and any of those circumstances. It all had to do with my trust within myself, my willingness to invest within myself, my belief in myself. Just like all the times that I like didn't open up to other people, or I gave up on opportunities because I didn't think that it would be worth it. I thought that I wouldn't be good at it. I thought that, you know, I was afraid to get hurt again. Right? And it wasn't really about the other people. It wasn't even really about that person who hurt me in the past and made me close off in this way. It wasn't even about any of those people. It was about my lack of trust in myself because of those experiences. And this is the breakthrough that you're going to have. That it's really all about how you feel about yourself, how you view yourself, that nothing is ever personal. Everything is internal. You not only understand this, but you're going to be able to embody this to the point where you're going to be able to see yourself reflected in every experience, every interaction, relationship, connection, even, you know, big or small, even if it was just a small interaction. You know, just like passing by somebody and making a quick little joke. Like, you're going to realize that all of these little things make a difference. And tell you something. How you feel about it, how you react to it, tells you something about yourself, and it tells you something about them. So you're going to be able to see through the veil a lot more clearly, and instead of just, you know, wrapping things up to like, oh, it was just this, it was just that, you're going to see through it and see like the emotional, the psychological, the spiritual meaning behind things. Yeah, 11:44 on the clock. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Ooh, look at that. This was underneath it. Quest, goals, deep shifts, carving out change, inner journey. This is what I'm talking about, you guys. You're going to see is right. You're, instead of centering other people, right, like, oh, it was that person, it was that circumstance, this or that. No, you're going to center yourself and realize, right, like, all of this has happened for me, not to me. It's happened for my own opportunities to expand my consciousness, to learn more about myself, to learn more about what I need to heal, to learn more about how to go beyond, grow beyond the pain, the resentment, the fears. Yes, yes. And how to still choose love, how to still come back stronger than ever, how to transmute that darkness back to light. This is going to be the focus. This is going to be a big breakthrough of yours. You're going to realize, like, this is what it was all about, you know, life in general. And you're going to, you know, it's like, it's none of it is going to feel like this chaotic mess anymore. All right, so it's like bringing it back to the beginning. It's like you're going to realize how, like, it's all about healing the emotional wounds. It's all about healing the emotional wounds. This is what expands your consciousness. This is what raises your vibration so that you can create a reality that's more high vibrational, that's more in alignment with your dream reality, right? Because it all starts within. It all starts within the mentals. All right. Ooh, the inner magic. Your vibration is rising. Oh my gosh, power, increased energy. Yes, this is exactly what raises your vibration. When you ooh, it's like you just unlocked the matrix, right? The code to the matrix, right? And you learned how to right, instead of being just an NPC, you awoken your consciousness. You leveled up so that you can be a you know, the main character, Neo, I think. Or Trinity, you know. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's awesome. And this is right, this is the hidden portal, the inner magic. You come to this awareness, this breakthrough, and you unlock the potential, the portal to what do you call it, quantum leaping. Yeah, quantum leaping. And this is right, this is how you manifest your dream reality, right? Is it because right, we usually think, oh, our reality is based on how we feel, right? But it's actually, or no, we think it's the other way around, where we react to our reality. We make how we feel like based, or how we feel is based off of our reality, when really it's like the other way around, or it goes both ways, where reality is based on how we feel as well. So it starts with the internal and how we feel, because it's exactly the internal blockages, the unhealed wounds. That's exactly what blocks us from receiving, right? And that's why there's so much focus on the feminine healing the feminine side and energies within us, and unifying, right? Harmonic unification with the masculine, not just focusing on the feminine, but right, like right now the feminine is a bit more oppressed, right? The feminine is below in the hierarchy, so she needs to be raised up so that it is equal, right? But everybody has different powers, right? Different skills, different, and they should be valued for their differences. You need to value yourself for your differences, right? And see them all as your strength. And once you do, right, that's how you step into your power, right? By accepting your shadow aspects, right? The unification of the light and the dark, the feminine and the masculine, right? It's about healing and mending the two, unifying them, and right, the illusion of separation is what keeps us in the illusion of our wounds, right? Feeling like, oh, you know, the other side doesn't understand, you know, because I'm in a feminine body, I'm in a masculine body, we can't understand each other. But that's the point of the we all have these internal energies within us, right? Like, we don't have to be completely the same, and we don't have to identify, right, we as completely the same to feel what the other person feels. Because we have both energies within us, we can understand and feel and tap into both sides, right? But because of whatever we identify as, we have a different focus of the energies, right? But that's just to say that this is not a gender focused issue, you know. It's just, that's a part of the breakthrough as well, right? Like race and even species, right? Like to realize that right, and anti-speciesism from here, the PETA sticker I have here, insert here. Like, it's really to realize, like, namaste, right? Like, there's divinity within all things, even the plant life, like they respond to energy as well, because there's a soul, there's energy, there's a consciousness within all things, even a rock, even inanimate things, right? Otherwise they wouldn't exist without, or I don't know if to say if it has a soul is the right word, but yeah, it's like everything has consciousness. Everything is energy. That's the point. Everything is energy. Everything has a certain vibration. And it's realizing that, right, the illusion of separation, that we cannot tap into different vibrations and wavelengths. So in a way, like, we are all connected. We are all one, and at the same time, we are all separate, and or we all are our own individuals. And this is a part of the balance, the duality, the trinities, even the earth spirits, like otherworldly. Like we are actually not of this earth, or not of this realm. We come to this earthly realm, this planet, to expand our consciousness, right? To be in this like in-between state of of learning to find balance in the imperfection, and of learning to find beauty in it, of learning to find acceptance. Because when you think about it, the life's biggest challenge for all of us is, right, to express ourselves authentically, to embody self-love, because this is how we achieve happiness and success. And we come here in this mortal body, but knowing that we're being of energy. I don't know where I'm going with this. Yeah, so it's like we come to this earthly realm to learn more about ourselves through the reflection of others and this 3D reality. So we come here to sort of live in this in-between state of like knowing that, like, on the inside, right, mentally, consciously, we have the capability of going beyond 3D, right? But the 3D sort of keeps us grounded. So we come to this earthly realm to learn more about ourselves through the reflections of the light and shadow aspects that is within everyone and everything, right? That's why, although we are all one, there's important to have the contrast. So because then there's something to not compare, but to learn from, differences to learn from. Right? Inner waters disclosure, emotional healing. It's our shadow aspects that it's the darkness. It's the darkness that makes the light shine even brighter. And it's the light that gives, like, value, definition, gratitude for the dark. Because if we didn't have the dark, then this would be all just like boring. It'd just be like, oh, it is what it is. It's not that special, And it's not to say that it's more special than this, but it's to say that, like, there's something to be grateful for both, but there is different gratitude to be had. So it's like all about embracing the duality, embracing our differences, and embracing our differences, and how everything is all internal growth, internal work. That the most important relationship that you have is going to be with yourself. This is a earthly lesson. I mean, of course, there's always still going to be relationships, because we learn through our relationships, right? They serve as a reflection, right? But it's like so much focus on the internal journey, internal work, like centering yourself, centering your own growth, right? Instead of like trying to be better than somebody else, just try to challenge yourself to be better than your past self. So yeah, that's like a lot of breakthroughs, really focusing about like the meaning of life, the purpose of life, like how to be happy, how to heal, and realizing that it all starts with you. Oh, like we are the world in reverse, right? Like it's not about anybody, nothing's personal, and it's all internal, right? Like if there's anything that you don't like outside of yourself, then you need to fix it within yourself, and then that's how you totally detach from the issue, the problem, or whatever it is that you don't like, and you're just like, it's accept it. You start to accept it for what it is, and right, it tells you like what is not having such a strong reaction about not liking that thing. Like what does that tell you about yourself, right? Like it tells you something like, oh my god, like it's so annoying that that person like looked at me, or oh god, it's so annoying that person didn't say anything or didn't look at me when I was talking, and it's like it's not about that person. It's not even about that, not that incident. It's more so about like you, underneath it all, there's a limiting belief of feeling like you need other people to respect you to feel like you're worthy of respect, or you need other people to acknowledge or show appreciation to you to feel like you did a good job, or to feel like proud of what you did. And really, it's what you're being called to do is to be there for yourself, and to give that reassurance, that validation, that acknowledgement to yourself. And you'll realize that every single time that you do, instead of being angry for not receiving it from somebody else, and you realize, okay, this is just a sign that my inner child wants this from me, and it's like you need to tell yourself like giving it to yourself is more than good enough, right? It's like we need to switch to the external validation to internal validation and prioritize and put that above everything and anything else. And this is how we heal all of the triggers, soothe ourselves through the triggers, right? Oh, another breakthrough. Here's another breakthrough coming in, guys, right? Like accepting, right? A lot about acceptance, turning the darkness into light, accepting the darkness, reminding it that it is love that has forgotten it is light, accepting the darkness, right? Like I saw this video the other day, like if you are an anxious attachment, you're always going to be an anxious attachment. And it's like, instead of being like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I change? I hate feeling like this. I just want to get rid of this feeling. Instead of being like that, just accept it. Like, okay, like and have understanding and compassion for yourself. Like this comes from my childhood trauma. This comes from not having my needs met, you know, and so it's not about getting rid of the darkness or the negativity. It's accepting it and valuing the wisdom that it has to teach us about ourselves and about life. Right. So back to the example, like you accept that you're an anxious attachment. And then so instead of going through this whole denial and self-criticism, pitying victim stage cycle, you can break through all of that, break through and use it to understand yourself. Like, okay, well, this is where it comes from. Like, you know, what is it that I'm really looking for? What is it that I'm really desiring when I feel so triggered that my boyfriend or girlfriend is being distant right now, or they're busy or whatever, you know? Like if you're triggered by that, how do you so that you don't come across to be clingy and put the emotional burden onto your partner or whoever's around you from your own traumas and triggers, right? So what does it look like to be there for yourself in the moment? It's like you ask yourself, okay, what do I really want? I'm feeling triggered right now. What do I want? I want them to reach out to me. I want, you know, affection or words of affirmation, or right, I just want that reassurance, right? And so it's like, okay, well, that's what I want. It's like, even the other day too, like I have anxious attachment as well. So from my own personal experiences, like, you know, we were kind of in an argument earlier, and he's dropping me off, or I was feeling that he was upset, and he's kind of like being emotionally unavailable, right? In denial. He's like, no, it's fine, but he's being emotionally distant, right? And I was like, you know, if we were fine, if we were good, he would be putting his hand on my thigh, and we'd be like, you know, physically affectionate, and I catch myself being upset about that, right? And instead of being upset about it, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be there for myself instead of being angry and expecting it from somebody else. And you know, I put my hand on my own thigh, and I literally soothe myself in the way that I was seeking it from somebody else. And like I reassure myself with the exact words that I wish that he was saying to me. And I tell myself that like I don't need him to say it. Like I don't need him to reassure me, right? It's like you don't need somebody to love you, right? You don't even need somebody to respect you. Earlier is what I think I was trying to say that too. It's like you just need to love and respect yourself. So, right, if you feel yourself triggered by the fact that somebody's not respecting you or loving you in the way that you know that you deserve, instead of explaining or defending and trying to do the emotional work for them, give that love, that healing, that validation, reassurance, acknowledgement that you're seeking from them to yourself. And the more and more that you do it, the more satisfying that it will feel. Oh, at first it will feel very like uncomfortable and like weird and like, you know, like maybe like, oh, it's not good enough. But I feel like the very fact that you might feel like it's not good enough, that it tells you how much that, you know, you actually need that. You need to hear from yourself, and you need to know that hearing from yourself is more than good enough. In fact, that's true love, that's true strength. And it gives the other person the opportunity to be there for themselves as well, instead of expecting them to and putting the burden for them to be there for you, because then that makes them feel like all defensive, and that makes them feel overwhelmed, right? And because that takes them away from dealing with their own baggage, healing their own triggers and wounds. Everybody needs to fill and pour into their own cup first before they're able to pour into yours, right? So like that's like the focus and the breakthrough as well. It's like you're no longer going to get so triggered so much, right? Because you're going to realize, like I was saying at the beginning, that nothing's personal. Notification for confirmation. Thank you. Yeah, so like you've been doing a lot of internal work to get this far, to realize that, right? Well, you're deeply connected to source. You're deeply connected through source, through your sorrow, through your solitude. Like have appreciation for that, because it helps to build your connection to yourself, to source, because right? The darkness, it helps to expand your consciousness, helps to give appreciation to the light, and it helps to give wisdom to like make that light even stronger. So lots of emotional breakthroughs, lots of things coming through awareness, right? Expect some downloads or like memories, flashbacks to come through. Like you're going to reprocess things and you're going to be like, wow, I finally understand it, I finally see things for what they are, right? And yeah, so you're going to come to peace with a lot of things. You're going to come to peace with a lot of things and be able to use it to make a lot of peace with things that happen in the future, in the present moment, right? Working through the triggers. So that's beautiful. That's beautiful. You're going to be feeling a lot lighter. Ooh, look at that. Cut the deck and you got the Fool. You're going to be feeling a lot lighter. You're in a new era. Like, this is really your year, okay? And, like, that can happen at any time. Like, even if you're watching this in the middle of the year, at the end of the year, like, a new start for yourself can begin at any given moment. Whew. Yes, yes. All right. It all depends with your actions, which are fueled by your beliefs, okay? And so that's why it's so important, all right, to do the work, to do the inner work, and to get down to the limiting beliefs that are underneath it all. Last message, the song that came to mind is "You're Really Lovely Underneath It All," and the other song that came to mind was the Aaliyah song, "Cause at your best, you are love, you're positive." Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like both songs kind of give that message of like accepting the imperfections, accepting like deep down, right underneath all of our traumas and projections and pain, and underneath all of that is our true self, our authentic, divine, innate powers, worth, knowledge, right? Our true selves, right? Once we break through, all past all of the fears, the anger, right? The wounds, and we heal. Remember, we're never going to be fully healed, right? But if we heal like the biggest obstacles, blockages, the wounds, then it's like we really do become unstoppable, right? It's like we're going to be scared. Things are going to come up. We're going to feel tired. But we keep going anyway. We keep pushing through anyway. You know, when we can, but of course, you know, we got to take a break when we can. I'm not saying, what am I saying? I guess the point is to like never give up on your dreams. Red card for confirmation with my red note. Yeah, never give up on your dreams. Never give up on investing in yourself. Never give up on choosing yourself. Yes. Yes, that is the biggest breakthrough and like the overall message in this as well. It's like you're going to choose yourself. You're going to see yourself in everything. And you're going to see everything as an opportunity and as a gift and as a reason to love yourself, to see yourself, to choose yourself, to expand. Wow. All right, so I think I'm going to end it there, guys. All right, no matter what you're doing, choose your heart. Choose to follow your heart. You are the creator, the co-creator of your destiny, of your reality. All right, we're breaking through the victim mindsets. We're breaking through the generational curses, which is basically all of our trauma-based survival mindsets and habits, right? And we're going from survival to thrival, right? This is our breakthrough. This is the breakthrough. This is all right. So it's like, are you ready? Is what I'm getting. Get ready. All right, because it can really take off. It can really take off. As whatever you put in, you can get out. So if you go all in, you will get all out. You know what I mean? But don't burn yourself out. Don't burn yourself out, right? Like things should come relatively naturally and easily when you're following your passions, your heart, and your joy, right? When we're not forcing the creation process and we're enjoying the journey, right? Things should come easily and naturally, but it doesn't mean that we don't go after it, right? So take aligned action with your heart, right? And you will continue to receive all the breakthroughs, to release all the blockages of the past, right? Release them and yes, and become the master, become the authentic self that you were always meant to be, and that all of these guilty and all of these, right, it was all meant to come to your awareness so that you could grow into the master. All right. Empower yourself, choose yourself, learn from yourself every day. Namaste. All right, thank you, beautiful souls, for watching. Bye.